Alright, so as I mentioned, I think I'm going to modify this so that that burlap texture is also affecting our normals, and that'll add a bit of scale. And there's fancier ways that you can do this. You can add it as nodes so that you have two normal maps on something. And a lot of times in games and stuff, that's how they set things up so that you have a level of detail outside when you're looking at the wall and you can see the cracks. And then you have a level of detail when you zoom way, way in and you can see each individual bump. They have one normal map that represents very big things and another normal map that represents small things. But, you know, this class is short. We got two other projects, so I'm just going to do it the ugly way. I'm going to create a new layer. Little layer so you can see it. And I'm going to fill it with that same burlap texture. And I want this to be set to 0, 0, no saturation. And then I will maybe sharpen it. Filter, sharpen. Sharpening textures is something that's really good to do throughout 3D because a lot of times you're bringing it into a 3D engine that is using bitmaps or filtering, or somehow it's trying to blur those pixels. And so you have to fight against that by starting off with sharper pixels. The one, trade-off for that is that oftentimes means you have more texture seams to fix. So I can just set this to overlay, and there you go. Maybe soft light is better. And so I'll just save that out as my new normal map. And now when I go to Maya, and we go to that blend, we go down to our bump mapping. I can reload that file, and you'll notice now that that texture is giving me a little bit of extra specular highlight as well. So don't hesitate to mess around with your textures. Have fun with it. Learn something.